Hi everybody, thanks so much for joining me today on the Wednesday update. So I wanted to start with a quick appreciation. Thank you to those of you who are arriving for pickup between 12:20 and 12:35 or even 12:37. We really appreciate it. Everybody's paying really close attention to safety and the crosswalk and just being really mindful and careful so that students and drivers, everybody is safe. So I wanted to appreciate you all for doing that. Thank you so much. Want to take a couple of quick minutes to talk about who we are as a school, what our hopes are for the future, and the graduate profile. So as a school, something that's been really important to us all along has always been study trips and field trips and parents volunteering in classrooms and exhibition nights and project-based learning. And a lot of those things have looked different this year. But I want to reassure you that our school has not changed in our pedagogical approach, in our approach to community, in our approach to parent involvement. We are hopeful that we can have walking field trips maybe next year. While we don't know all of the answers to the logistical pieces for next year, as far as some of those extras go, we remain committed to those things. It's part of CCDS. It's part of what makes us a great school. It's part of what I loved about teaching here. And it will be something that continues. As far as next school year goes, our plan is to be open 5 days a week, full-time, in-person learning. We haven't heard any differently from the state. And so that's what we're moving forward with, and we cannot wait for that to happen. We've had a lot of shifts and adjustments this year, and some things we weren't able to do. Some of the teaching in the classroom looks a little bit different, but that doesn't mean that we don't hold those values still to be true to Chico Country Day School. We had to adapt and adjust this year to follow COVID protocols, but it's not our desire to, not have kids collaborating, not have exhibitions. We want to get back to the full project-based learning and do those things that help build and enhance student learning, like field trips and things like that, guest speakers in the classrooms and those things. I want to appreciate your patience through this year. When we built this model of a schedule with the A and B cohorts, our hope was that we could adapt and build our capacity throughout the pandemic and the changing realities of what we're facing. And we've been able to do that. And I know for many of you, it didn't quite move as quickly as you would have hoped. And I apologize for missteps that we made that couldn't make this go a little bit more quickly. But I am really proud that we had a model that allowed us to blend both of the cohorts together and has all of our kids on campus for 4 days a week, 4 hours at a time. That 4-hour schedule does allow time for recess, for art, for music, for PE, and those things that are really valuable for kids' social emotional growth. Funny thing happened the other day. Two kids in a grade level got into a little bit of an argument at recess, and I actually was really grateful because that was a great learning moment for them, that we were able to help support them and work through that. And so, I'm glad for all the happy times during recess and everything too, but I'm also glad that the kids are navigating social challenges too. So we're here to support them, and we're here for that. So we're going to be talking a lot in the next couple of years about the graduate profile. So that's the screen that I'm sharing with you right now. And just to give you a little glimpse of it, and our guiding coalition for the graduate profile begins meeting next week. So we're just barely scratching the surface of this, but you will start hearing about it. So I wanted to give you a little preview. Just to take one little step back, we've been working with Altitude Learning for our learning platform this year. I know you're familiar with that. But they also have a really strong professional development arm of their work as well. And so that's the next step with them. And we received a grant from the Silicon Schools Fund to fund our work with Altitude over the next 3 years. And so the first step of what we're going to be working on is our graduate profile. And so you can see a little bit on the screen here of the value of a graduate profile. It's a visual representation of the essential skills and habits of mind that define the learning experience at CCDS. It is aspirational and memorable and should be easily communicated to students, parents, faculty, and staff to align our collective efforts. And it's a commitment to design our school in a way that ensures every student can succeed in fulfilling the profile's vision for learning. So our committee will get together soon and start working once a week. We're going to start meeting to get our first draft ready of the graduate profile. And then we're going to share that draft with our community, our school community, with you, with kids. And we want to get feedback, and then we will start to implement the graduate profile. And the neat thing about that is all the alignment that happens, just the foundational document that allows us to articulate what we're doing and what we hope for students. So like I said, a CCDS education, involves a lot of things, and it has historically involved field trips and parent involvement and hands-on work and all of the things that make for great, rich learning environments. And even though that's looked really different this year, I still think some of those elements remain, and we are committed to moving back with some of those elements that made CCDS so special in the future. So I wonder now if maybe some people are concerned of what does a CCDS education look like? How will it look after this pandemic? And so it's a great time for us to be moving forward with the graduate profile, to be thoughtful about what we've learned through the pandemic, what's worked really well, what hasn't worked, and see where we want to go from here. So we look forward to your input when we get that draft together. We appreciate you and all the things that you're doing. Thank you for your care and attention to safety at pickup and drop off. Thanks for supporting your kids. Thanks for your open communication, those phone calls, emails, and things just to get things clarified or to kind of put rumors to rest just really help, so we can just sort of address things head on. We appreciate you. Thanks for being part of our community, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Take care. Bye-bye.